Hello YouTube, how's everyone doing? It's Professional here. Welcome back to my playthrough of Apollo Justice Ace Attorney Trilogy. Let's continue where we left off here. If you enjoyed the series, drop a like. Are we going to trial now? Oh no, I guess we're not still at trial. Temple. Maya passed out right after we found her in the tomb. I feel exhausted. I can't keep my eyes, open. She's been out cold ever since. We haven't been able to get a word out of her. The doctor said it's just exhaustion, but I can't help but worry. What is it, right? Are you alright? Yeah, just thinking is all. I'm glad you're here, Edgeworth. We wouldn't have gotten the permission we have without you. Well, I didn't come all the way to Karain to be useless. Speaking of the investigation, I received a few things from Detective Sky. These should prove to be useful to us as well. So, also, when we play as Edgeworth in the game, that's coming out, you know, next week, Edgeworth is very different personality than Phoenix. He's a very much more, straightforward kind of guy. He's much more direct, and he doesn't panic a lot. Phoenix, I would say, is a little bit more goofy, where, Edgeworth is just a bit more serious. Inga's autopsy report. Stabbed from behind. Cause of death is blood loss. Time of death is approximately 3 p.m. Tomb diagram added to the court record. A diagram of the crime scene mirror sarcophagus in the very center of the room. Photo of Inga's body. He was stabbed in the back with a knife. I can't thank you enough, Edgeworth. Honestly, I have been so lost without him these past few days. You there, the barbed-head lawyer. Phoenix Wright! Oh, that's probably Rafa, huh? Oh. You're from the Garan Royal Guard, right? I am Lucky, Royal Guard member, and Her Eminence's, shoulder rubber. That's, very specific. And what does the Royal, shoulder rubber want with me? Wait, come to think of it, my shoulders are a bit stiff. Don't be absurd! I'm here for one purpose only! I am to bring you before Her Eminence. Queen Garan, Grand Priestess of Karain. Will you comply? The Queen? What could she want with me? And why does he have to shout like that? I can't fathom why Queen Garan would summon you. But I advise you to accept Her Eminence's gracious invitation. Royal shoulder, rubber, Laki, was it? May I join Mr. Wright in his audience with the Queen? The name's Laki. L-A-H apostrophe key, K-E-E. And all praise to omnipotent, potent Queen Garan. For she has already foreseen and approved your request, Chief Prosecutor Edgeworth. You are both to come with me. Okay. You mean to say Queen Garan sees her every move? Yes, indeed. Her Eminence's spiritual power is immense. She can even see what's going on thousands of miles away. Right. I fear I'll lose my hearing next if we don't hurry. Yeah, me too. Why would the Queen herself, summon, me personally? What could she possibly be up to? Okay, let's go see what the Queen wants, then. Audience chamber. May 18, Garan, Palace. Audience, chamber. Ah, the barbed-head lawyer has arrived. We bid you welcome. And you as well, Chief Prosecutor Edgeworth. Thank you. This place is still as magnificent as last time. We have heard much about you, Barbed One. It seems your bluffs and tomfoolery tend to leave our court devastated in their wake. Is that what people have been saying about me? Right. Where are your manners? Your Eminence, I am both humbled and delighted to be in your presence. Oh, Your Eminence, glad to be here. Looks like you're doing well. So this is exactly what I meant, that Edgeworth is a much more serious guy. Heh. Is it all right? There is no need to... It is all right. There's no need to keep your head bowed all day. Yes, Your Eminence. Rafa's not looking too good. I guess even she can't bounce back from her father's murder. So what can I do for you, Your Eminence? We wish to question you about something related to the case at hand. Perfect, because I have a few questions of my own. Inga's crime. We fear we do not fully comprehend what has transpired. So it is that we summoned you here to further elucidate the situation. Is it true that her husband, Inga, has been seeking the Founder's Orb? That's right. He wanted to trade a hostage for it. That's why he abducted Maya Fey. Insolent fool! Katonk! Ow, that is a lie. A lie, I say. Father would have never done such a thing. But he did abduct Maya, that much is... I will not stand here and listen to this nonsense. You will pay for this, you! Katonk, Katonk, Katonk. Ow, 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 ow. Please, your benevolence. That is quite enough, Rafa. We understand your feelings, but we fear he speaks the truth. For we believe we know why your father would do such a thing. Huh? We believe he was seeking the orb as a means of attaining spiritual power. And with it, he intended to usurp the throne. Mother! What do you mean, Your Eminence? Inga was planning a coup, for he was dissatisfied with the current administration. And his secret police was the primary instrument of his treason. The secret police. They came up during the High Priest's murder trial, too. An elite force under direct command of the Minister of Justice. In this case, Inga. The man who was hunting down rebels as Lady Kira was a member of that group. Indeed, Inga turned that once proud force into his own private army, and he intended on using them to launch a coup and assassinate us. So Your Eminence had no control over them. As much as it shames us to admit it, Khura'in is not the unified realm it would appear to be. We are truly sorry you have had to witness the dirty underbelly of our kingdom. How could Father... But know that Inga could not have become king simply through our assassination. For in Khura'in, only those who possess spiritual power may sit on the throne. I see. That explains why Minister Inga was seeking the Founder's Orb. Barbed one. You recall the man known as, Peace-Lovin' and Istandin? What about him? He too was involved in Inga's machinations. Inga had bought his loyalty, ordered the man to steal the orb, and covered up the theft. And then he sent the orb to the US for Dr. Buff to study. It's all coming together. The capture of the infamous villain Dirk Sadmati. It may prove to be the crowning achievement of our reign. Now perhaps the kingdom may return to the peace it once knew. Oh, what a joyous day. Hail to Her Eminence, Queen Garan, Grand Priestess of Khura'in. Her Eminence's spiritual power invoked a blessing straight from the Holy Mother. I could see how her cronies would be elated at the prospect. But the Queen herself seems almost giddy for someone, whose husband was just murdered. Father, Rafa, on the other hand, doesn't appear to be taking it so well. About that incident that occurred 23 years ago. The one in which Dirk was accused of assassinating Queen Amara. Yes, he set fire to her private residence, burning my dear sister alive. That was her sister. Murder by arson. Only a demon would be capable of such a heinous crime. But that event also set the stage for you to become queen. What did you do before you were crowned queen, Your Eminence? As part of our training to be queen, we served many different governmental positions. The longest of which was as the previous Minister of Justice. It was in that position that we were best able to support our elder sister, Queen Amara, so she was also Minister of Justice. Interesting. That's her husband's position, or at least it was. And when you ascended to the throne, you passed the Defense Culpability Act. Those who would support criminals will be deemed just as guilty. What prompted you to pass something like the Defense Culpability Act, Your Eminence? The assassination of our dear sister Amara. When the infamous villain Dirk Sadmati was apprehended, he announced that he would act as his own lawyer. That's right. Dirk used to be a lawyer. Dirk had been an extraordinary talented lawyer, and highly esteemed by the people. But he falsified evidence in an attempt to win his own case. I see. But when the truth of his fabrications and assassinations of the Queen came to light, the people were devastated, and trust in the legal system plummeted. Now, why does that sound so familiar? Yeah, I wonder. In Khura'in, the Hall of Justice is a sacred space where victims receive their last rites. Should the people lose their faith in it, the kingdom would be shaken to its very core. That is why the Defense Culpability Act had to be passed. It was the only way to keep our legal system from tumbling into the abyss. So that's how you sought to eliminate the use of perjury and phony evidence, huh? But that law is what made lawyers go extinct in your kingdom. Now there's no one left to defend those who have been accused. We see how you could take issue with such a reality. However, we have not banned the act of lawyering itself. Those who are confident they can prove their client's innocence are always welcome to mount a vigorous defense, as you yourself have shown. Well, I guess so, but without lawyers, there's a possibility of false charges being filed and prosecuted. So long as our prosecutors continue to run nothing but perfect trials, there needn't be fear of such nefarious dealings. Do you disagree? Yeah, I do, because all your trials were BS. Perfect prosecutors and their perfect trials, huh? Let's not get started down this path. Furthermore, here in Khura'in, we have the divination seance. And so it is we no longer need lawyers, for the dead do not lie. Well, in the short time I've been here, I've beaten back false charges twice. And I found that cases built on the memories of the dead are less than perfect. So yes, I do take issue with the Defense Culpability Act, to say the least. Oh, such relentless rhetoric. Your reputation precedes you, barbed one. It feels as if we ourselves were being cross-examined. Oh no, that wasn't my intention. It is true that some feel the Defense Culpability Act is a necessary evil at best. But it's a small sacrifice upon which the peace of our kingdom has been forged. If you consider executing innocent lawyers a small sacrifice, then sure. The fact is that following its passage, the crime rate here in Khura'in dropped markedly. Therefore, we have no regrets concerning the enactment of the Defense Culpability Act. Really, none at all. Right, why don't we leave it at that? This isn't a court of law, after all. Yeah. About the Founder's Orb that was to be exchanged for the hostage. It went missing after the murder. Would you happen to know anything about that? It's missing. I'm sure Dirk had it when he went into the tomb. If it wasn't there, I have no idea where it could be, Your Eminence. In that case, then perhaps Dirk hasn't hidden it somewhere. Incidentally, there is the matter of that horned youth you were with. Oh, you must mean Apollo. From his odd hairstyle, may we assume him to be a relative, perhaps your younger brother? No, you got it all wrong. He's Dirk's son. Well, more like foster son. They're not actually related by blood. Dirk's. Royal Guard. Your Eminence. What's she whispering in that one guy's ear? Phoenix probably shouldn't have told her that. Thank you for your time. The two of you may go now. Now they're gonna go and arrest Apollo. Yes, Your Eminence. We'll be on our way. Okay, now what? Apollo and Athena have the murder scene investigation covered, so maybe we should go speak with the locals over at the bazaar. Khura'in Bazaar. What's that? What was that? Was that a lion? Oh, that caught me by surprise too when I first heard it. It's the cry of a local bird known as Warbed. A bird. That sounds like that. That sounds more like a beast than a bird, if you ask me. It's a form of mimicry. You know, to help protect them against predators and stuff. Yes, well, can't say I've heard one quite like that before. Oh, it's more than usual. It's endangered. It's extremely rare to encounter one in the wild these days. If it's so rare, then what's one doing out here in the middle of the bazaar? You got me. Maybe it's got something to do with it being their national bird. What? Was that a gunshot? Har 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 har. Startle you, PW, that's Dats. Oh, what was that, Dats? The Defiant Dragon's newest weapon. I call these puppies Dragon Snot Snaps. And you need those. Why? Because our hard work is starting to pay off. Thanks to our TV signal hijacking and stuff, more and more people are joining our cause. Well, on account of that, the regime's been cracking down on us real tough-like. Yeah, there's been a lot of going on lately. You can say that again. I mean, what with the High Priest's fake murder / suicide? People are calling it a DCA tragedy, and it's causing a real public uproar. Hopefully this means terrorists' death won't be in vain after all. So how exactly is a handful of firecrackers going to be of help to you guys anyway? Simple. First, I supply him to our fellow rebels. Then we use him as a diversion when we need to shake Garan's goons. Huh? Like this. Yeah, don't do that in the busy bazaar. Will you cut that out? I'm not one with the I'm not with the regime, and I'm not chasing you. Your reaction. That was priceless, BW. Guess I startled the Warped, too. It's a miracle no one's trying to arrest him while he's too busy laughing. You there. You are one of those insurgents, are you not? Yikes. Take that. Eek. And he's gone. Those firecrackers are more useful than I thought. Barbed Head. Your benevolence. What can I do for you? I wanted to speak with you. About what my mother said. I do not believe a word of it. My father could not have been planning a coup. Well, I can understand why you'd feel like that, but it was a setup. Someone must have been plotting against him. And how do you know that? I just do. Because the Holy Mother guides me. As the Royal Priestess, I must uncover the truth for all to see. Maybe this is just how Rafa expresses her sense of duty. You're investigating this matter, are you not? Then rejoice, for I shall accompany you, and bestow upon you the Royal Priestess's wisdom. Ha 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 ha, that's the best news I've heard all day, your benevolence. No one would dare get in our way with Rafa by our side. We humbly accept your offer, don't we, Edgeworth? As you wish, right? Excellent, then let us begin with my father's private quarters. We should be able to find some clues there. I shall expose this false charge for what it is, if it is the last thing I do. Could it be, is the reason she's so defensive about Inga because she's a daddy's girl? Barbed Head, let's not waste any time. My father's private quarters are located within the royal residence. Now follow me. Wait, she's sure in a hurry. Right, the minister's private quarters may hold evidence related to his murder as well. Yeah, maybe we can kill two birds with one stone. Rafa's awfully fired up. I just hope she'll be ready for the truth we find. After all, it's hard to believe that Inga was not in full control of the whole affair. In the royal... She said it was in the royal residence, right? Garan, Palace. Royal residence. Now, if we could figure out which of these, buildings houses Inga's private quarters, that's where we'll find Rafa. This may be his quarters? Now that's what I call an extravagant exterior. Is this where Inga's private quarters are? Watch your step, right? That urn's been knocked over, spilling water everywhere. Yeah, and you see muddy footsteps. Yeah, the ground's soaked. I wonder who did this. I think someone's in there. Father. Is that Princess Rafa? There were still so many things I wish to tell you. She always puts on such a brave face. But hearing her crying all alone, I can't help but think of Trucy. Father. Princess Rafa. Are you in there? Ah, just a moment. I'll be right out. I see you are finally here. Well, let's commence our investigation, shall we? Your benevolence. Maybe you should rest for a minute first. You were eavesdropping on me, weren't you? No, I mean yes, sorry. I couldn't help overhearing. Urgh. It wasn't like I was spying on you or anything. You stupid, barbed head. Youch! You could have feigned ignorance. It's as if your brain to mouth filter shuts off the moment you step out of the courtroom. Not that bad, Edgeworth. Anyway, what took you so long? I thought you would never get here. You have a lot of nerve keeping the crown princess waiting. Oh, sorry. This was my father's residence. I have already unlocked it, so you can go right in. Oh, and be careful. Some dingbat dog got in the courtyard and spilled water over there. A dingbat dog? That's right. The yappy mutt spilled a whole urn's worth. Wonder how it got into this area. Do you know what it looked like? I have better things to do than to memorize what some stray dog looks like. Anyway, it's not worth talking about. Let's search my father's room, shall we? I really hope she's alright. Inga's private quarters. This is his private quarters, huh? Garan, Palace. Inga's private quarters. What a mess. You can definitely tell a guy used to live in this room. I guess Inga and I had at least that much in common. Bah, the staff keeps getting in the way. Nana! Oh. Huh. Where's Nana? Normally. Yeah, she was out, she would just run up to her every time and whisper. Where is she now? She comes running whenever Rafa calls. That's right. Nana is what? Oh well. You barbed head. Come, hold the staff for me. Why me? Just take it. It's too heavy, and I'm tired of holding it. How does Nana put up with this day in and day out? I'll just set it over here for now. Barbed head. I, the royal priestess of Karain, shall share my thoughts on the abduction. You will? Listen carefully. For such opportunities do not come often. Yes, of course. We'd be grateful to hear anything you'd like to share. My father was very likely seeking to obtain the Founder's Orb. But it was not for the purpose of a coup d'etat. It was all for my sake. For your sake? The Founder's Orb is capable of bestowing great spiritual power. My father truly believed that. And he wanted that power to be mine. I haven't finished my training, and I still can't channel spirits. He was doing it for me. Right, I see. Well, do you understand why he did it now? No. I do, but it doesn't change the fact that Minister Inga was a kidnapper. Ah. But I guess you don't believe he is, do you? Oh. New information is sure to surface upon further investigation. Suffice to say, he did this all for me. End of story. She's kind of a hypocrite because she's willing to condemn people so quickly, but then when all the evidence is stacked against her father as being this mastermind of this coup, she just keeps making excuses. Was he really trying to obtain the orb for Rafa? Somehow, I doubt it. Speaking of powers, I wonder if Rafa will be performing a divination seance tomorrow. I should probably ask her about that. Your Benevolence, I notice Nada isn't with you today. I know not where she has gone. I have not spoken of her since this morning. I assume she must be quite busy today. I did catch a glimpse of her a little after 2 o'clock. I tried calling out to her, but she went off somewhere again. A little after 2. That's about an hour before the murder. Indeed. Of all the times for this to happen. She normally comes to me the moment I call her name. I know it's hard to believe, but even nannies have lives, you know. Your inability to find her after the murder is slightly alarming. I wonder if her absence is related to today's incident somehow. It definitely is, there's no coincidence. Do you think she was unwittingly caught up in them? Who knows? At the very least, I don't think she was at the scene of the crime. Nana, I hope she is alright. Rafa seems really worried for Nana. Tomorrow's seance. I take it you'll be conducting tomorrow's divination seance? Who else if not I? Good point. The thing is, divination seances are all about what the victims experience in their final moments. So tomorrow, Rafa will experience her own father's death, exactly as it happened. That's more than anyone should ever have to deal with. Do you really have to go through with the seance tomorrow? There's really no one else? What about just calling the whole thing off? It's not as if I'm doing this just because I want to. No? Ah. Never mind. I misspoke. What does that mean? The divination seance is a very important duty of the royal, priestess. And it is one I intend to fulfill. There's that word, duty. Your benevolence. As Crown Princess, you are destined to rule this kingdom one day. That means there will be many things that you alone must determine. Things like how to keep your people happy, and what is true and what is false. And most importantly, what role you must play therein. I wonder if I am even up to the task. Performing the divination seance is very important for a priestess. But duty or not, it's a heavy burden for someone so young. Even worse, she'll be forced to watch her father's murder. Will it be a weight too heavy for her to bear? Kind of feel bad for her. Nana and Rafa. Your benevolence. Has Nana served you long? Yes, she had been at my beck and call for as long as I remember. I've heard she even cared for me as an infant, right down to changing my diapers. Your diapers. It almost sounds like she could be your mother. Indeed. But that is a simple fact of life when mother is busy being queen. Nana takes care of my every need. She is my teacher in all things as well. Rafa's pool of knowledge seems rather, lopsided in some respects. Could that be the result of Nana's teachings? Nana. Could it be that my trusted attendant has come to dislike me? Now that I think about it, perhaps I've been acting rather spoiled as of late. Oh, I'm sure she'll be back. Yes, I suppose Nana would never truly abandon me. Upon her return, I will do something nice for her. Perhaps she'd like a shoulder massage. And yet I can't shake the feeling Nana's connected to this case in some way. These footprints are what I'm noticing right away. There are some muddy shoe prints here. Come to think of it, they were outside too. There was some spilled water by the entrance. Somebody must have stepped in it before coming in here. They're already dry. That means they're at least several hours old. Then someone must have been in here today in the early afternoon. For our servants clean this room each day. Here in Karain we have a saying, leave not today's untidiness to tomorrow. Mine is, why clean up today what you can leave for tomorrow? What's this needle? It's a syringe and a vial. Those were for my father's back pain. He said it really helped when the pain was particularly unbearable. It was that bad, huh? He must have been injecting some sort of painkiller directly into his back then. Yes, my father said his back pain could knock him off his feet. I know the feeling. I've experienced some pretty severe back pain of my own. Well, we can't have you throwing your back out in court, so why don't you take a vial? Oh, no thanks. I hear your body builds up a tolerance to that sort of thing. Medication Inga used for his back pain said to make the pain disappear. I thought you didn't want them. I'm going straight to a chiropractor as soon as I get home. This is most likely a special ink pad for the Just Minister's stamp. His insignia is carved big and bold right on the lid. Talk about overkill. Did he really have to mark everything he owed? His desk is crammed full of documents. They appear to be paperwork for executions. Ugh. But for this many cases? Indeed, something is rotten in the kingdom of Karain. This one dates back to 5 years ago. Something tells me he simply kept putting them off because he hated doing paperwork. What's this? Je suis la belle. Never thought I'd see this brand again. It appears to be a sample of some sort of spray on hair color. Color, jet black. I wonder if Inga was going gray. Here, Edgeworth, maybe you can use it. I like my natural hair color just fine, thank you very much. What's this? This notepad must belong to Inga. Let's see. Nana, purple hat, glasses, diamond-shaped tattoo on forehead. Dirk, long hair, eye patch, blue clothes. Phoenix, right, spiky hair, blue clothes, pink necklace. That's strange. These appear to be notes detailing people's most prominent characteristics. Hey, there's even some stuff about me in here. Why would he bother doing this? He has one on Nana. I'm afraid even I can't answer that. Whatever the reason, it's giving me a case of the heebie-jeebies. It's as though he was taking down descriptions of people over the phone. That's what it reminds me of anyway. What a brilliant deduction. One fitting of a chief prosecutor such as yourself. I commend you. Heh, that's high praise coming from you, your benevolence. Edgeworth's right. They do look like dictation notes, but... I don't know. I mean, why bother describing Nana, whom, he must have seen every day? Notepad used by Inga. People's, characteristics are written inside. This is his jacket. The chair looks like it was modeled after Inga's suit jacket. The back, rest even has those fancy buttons of his. I imagine to make the chair awfully uncomfortable to sit on, probably for his back pain. Actually, they serve to massage the pressure points on his back. My father suffered from terrible back pain, you see. I wonder if it really works. Wow, that's one gaudy sculpture. My father sculpted it himself from a block of solid gold. Why does it not surprise me that he was also a narcissist? Ha ha ha, it's pretty detailed. He even included that personal stamp of his. So, narcissists typically keep a lot of pictures of themselves, even like a statue of themselves. They're very proud of themselves. They think that they're better than everyone. That's a perfect example of a narcissist is Deborah in GTA 5, how she had pictures all over the apartment of herself but nothing of Floyd. Hey, that stamp's a little loose. Oh, what do we got here? Ah! Look, there's a secret safe inside. Oh my! The Thinkster thing was here all this time. Rats, looks like we'll need the combination to get in. I'm really beginning to wonder what's inside that safe. Any idea what that combination might be, Your Benevolence? None whatsoever. It looks like a 4-digit combo lock, so maybe it's a date. But it's probably not anything that would be easy to guess. Well, let's try some dates and see what happens. I wonder what date Inga would use as a combination. Let's try Rafa's birthday. It's probably not going to be it. When's your birthday, Your Benevolence? You were wasting your time. It could not possibly be my birthday. Aw, come on. It's worth a shot. Fine. It's December 24th. Christmas Eve. Well, let's give it a try. 1, 2, 2, 4. Ah! It opened! So he did care about his daughter. It did! Yep, and it looks like the bottom safe was a fake. Something meant to mislead would-be thieves, no doubt. Still, it was rendered quite ineffective by his use of such an easily guessed combination. Why, father? Why my birthday? Let's see what's in here. Okay, let's see what's in here. Oh, what? He said the same thing I said. This looks like a letter or something. Let's see. Dear Father, I wanted to wish you a happy birthday. You're always so kind, and I love you very much. I hope you live to be 100 years old. Love, Rafa. I wrote this to my father when I was 8 years old. Father, why would you hold on to something so childish and stupid? There are some other papers in here. Ah. Garan assassination plan. This is the plan for his coup d'etat. Garan assassination plan. Once I poison the queen, the throne will be mine. The spiritual power I obtain from the treasure will back up my claim. In the meantime, the secret police are to keep a close watch on Garan. Well, what? Give me that. I don't understand. It seems Justice Minister Inga was plotting the assassination of the Queen. This can't be true. Father would never harm Mother. Poor Rafa. This has to come as a terrible shock. What's this? There's a photo in here, too. It's of a woman and a baby. I wonder who they are. That's probably Rafa, but who's the woman? On the far left, there's a law book with the mark of the Defiant Dragons branded on it. Yeah, that's true. Wait. That's... Your Benevolence? How can this be? What? Princess Rafa. Who's on the picture? Is that Nana? She's looking incredibly pale. Your or is that her aunt? Are you alright? Alright? How can I be alright? Huh? All that I have believed. It was all lies. I'm afraid I don't follow. What the heck's she talking about? Can I ask who the woman in this picture is? How should I know? It seems I didn't know anything that was going on. Doesn't look like I'm going to get much more out of her while she's like this. Picture from Inga's safe shows a woman, a baby, and a law book that's a mark, Brandon on it. Mother. Huh? I must ask my mother about the secret she is hiding. What secret? I must go. Goodbye. Wait. What was that all about? It's like her mind was off somewhere else. It appears this photo really upset her. I wonder who the lady in this picture is. Stop! Shadoo! Come back here. Oh, it's Albie? Wait, that sounds like Albie and Shadoo. That's odd. Commoners aren't normally allowed in this area. Wonder what's afoot. Grand Palace. Royal Residence. No! Ah! Edgeworth! Well, what just happened? I hope one of you has a good explanation for this. Ah, I'm so sorry. Hi, Albie. No, Shadoo, bad dog. Leave the man's, frilly, thingamajig alone. If you would kindly detach your dog from my cravat. Right away, sir. Just hold still and... Stop pulling like that. You only stretch the fabric. Come on, Shadoo. Let go of this. This isn't working. I'll just have to pull harder then. 1, 2. Wait, what are you? 3! Come on! No! Ah! I need air! Yeah, he's gonna choke him. Were you trying to kill me? I'm really sorry, mister. My dog has a habit of attacking frilly things like that. Maybe for his sake, he should stick to more traditional targets like cars or his tail. What's worse, he snuck in here again today and stole some weird-looking hat. Wait, that's Nana's hat. I don't know what to do anymore. Bad dog. You're a very bad dog. Wait a second. I've seen that hat before. The frilly hat. Albie, can I see that hat again? Sure. Wait, isn't this... Yup, that's Nana's hat. Isn't that Nana's hat? But I thought she disappeared. Shadoo swiped it from someone. Albie, how exactly did Shadoo get this? Allow me to explain. It all started while we were on a walk through the bazaar today. When suddenly, Dats popped out of a manhole. Whoa! The fangs of defiant dragons. Ha! That's Arabal is here. Say, you want to join our cause, kid? Huh? Naturally, I was super startled by that weirdo's sudden appearance. Barb. Oh. Back, dog of the Garan regime. Huh? But this is my dog, Shadoo. Define Dragon's secret weapon. Dragon Snot Snaps. Achoo! Whoa! Harrrrrrrr. Oh man, the look on your face, that was classic. The sudden bang of the firecracker spooked Shadoo, and he ran off into the crowds. Ah, Shadu, come back here. Arrgh. That'll teach Garan's lapdog. You there, what do you think you're doing? Ah, not good. That's when a policeman came running over and hauled Dats away. That happened right around 2 p.m. if I remember correctly. I'm not going to pretend I know what Dats was trying to do. I chased right after Shadu, and when I finally caught up to him in the palace courtyard, he had this in his mouth. 2 p.m., That's about an hour before the minister's death. Nana supposedly went missing after the murder, but this would place her, here at the palace at around 2. At around 2 p.m., Shadu was surprised by a firecracker, ran into the courtyard, and stole Nana's hat. Actually, I just remembered I saw something pretty amazing around that time, too. At around 2 p.m., Dad slept out of a bazaar manhole, got yelled at by a dog and a warb, and then threw a firecracker. The shocked look on Albie's face had Dats in stitches. When police came along and detained the rebel. The noise spooked Shadu, who ran off. When Albie caught up to him in the courtyard, Shadu had what looked like Nana's hat. Something amazing. So Albie, what was it that you saw that was so amazing? I saw Her Eminence Queen Garan channeling a spirit. Is it really that big of a deal to see her channeling someone? You bet it is. Commoners are never allowed to behold the secret rite. Oh, can you tell me more? Of course, I'm always happy to explain. I believe it was around 2:10 p.m. today. I got lost in the palace grounds while looking for Shadu. That's about 50 minutes before the murder. Oh, what is this place? It gives me the creeps. Where could Shadu have gone? In my search, I took a peek into a small room, and that's when I saw Queen Garan. She was channeling a spirit for a neighboring, kingdom's king. I saw her transform right before my eyes. I was so excited I had to take a picture of it. You took a picture? I know I shouldn't have. But I just couldn't help myself. The Queen of Karain, they say she possessed immense powers as a spirit medium. Nana, Rafa's attendant. She disappeared all of a sudden after Minister Inga's death. Between this and the treasure room, Albie's not exactly a picture of self-restraint. Her channeling rite ended right after that, so I ran off before anyone could spot me. You could have been arrested again, you know. Yeah, I know. Anyway, here's a copy of the picture. Just don't tell anyone I was the one who took it. I worry about his future sometimes. Picture taken around 2 p.m. at the channeling rite. Come to think of it. Wonder what's going on here. How did you and Shadu get into the royal residence anyway? It's not open to commoners after all. Allow me to explain. There's a way to get into the palace from the bazaar. It's a bit of a tight squeeze though. Shadu can easily fit, but anyone bigger than me is out of luck. You don't say. Yeah, part of the palace's wall is damaged, and there's a hole I can, just make it through. Go on. Bet you didn't know that, they have some really tasty food here. Oh, then this isn't your first time in here, huh? Trespassing is illegal, you know. No, it's not like that. I didn't mean any harm. It just, I want to help change this kingdom. What do you mean? Well, after Miss Faye's trial, I started thinking, like, maybe there was something I could do to help the revolution, too. Maya's trial, huh? That tragedy only happened because of how twisted Karain's legal system has become. How utterly foolish to cast away one's life for such a reason. There must have been other ways to cover up the crime. Yet, had I done so, my wife would rush to my defense, and when the case went to trial, she would have suffered the same fate as I under the Defense Culpability Act. I could not have lived with myself, and had she been convicted because of that fiendish man... This cannot be. All I have done under the laws of our kingdom. It has all been. The DC Act led to false charges against Maya and the High Priest's suicide. But that also caused the public to start questioning the current state of things. And it seems even Albie has some pretty strong feelings on the matter. I knew there had to be something I could do to help. That's when I remembered the hole in the palace wall and started thinking. Maybe I could sneak in and take a picture of one of the royals up to no good. I just want to do my part. I think that picture was enough. The spear revolution seems to be catching on, even with one so young. Right. The momentum is steadily building, and the tipping point is fast approaching. It's just a matter of when. I agree, and the public's perception of the Defiant Dragon seems to be changing too. But Albie, you can't go trespassing like that, even if it's for a good cause. It's not right. Okay, I won't do it again. Albie, is that really all you have to confess? You haven't been up to any other mischief? And when I say you, I mean Shadoo. Huh? Oh, I don't know what you're talking about. Nice try, Albie, but the proof is literally right here in front of us. Yeah, the dog that knocked it over, that's basically the proof. There are footprints coming from this residence. Too bad they just kind of end. I wonder who made them and where they went. Albie, you wouldn't happen to know how this urn got knocked over, would you? Ah, because her benevolence told me something rather interesting. Be careful, some dingbat dog got in the courtyard and spilled water over there. A dingbat dog, that's right. The yappy mutt spilled a whole urn's worth. The dingbat dog she mentioned wouldn't happen to be Shadoo, would it? Oh. I guess the dog's out of the bag. Sorry I lied, but I was worried I'd get in trouble. I know I shouldn't lie to a lawyer like that. No, it's not good to lie to anyone like that. So let's try only to tell the truth, okay, Albie? Oh, Mr. Wright, I almost forgot. I saw a couple of Americans a moment ago. They had really weird haircuts, so I thought they might be friends of yours. Really now? I thought they might be friends of yours because of their haircuts. It seems your little friend thinks all us Americans have strange hairstyles. I suppose we have you to thank for that, right? So what exactly did their hair look like? There was a guy with 2 crops of hair sticking out of his forehead like antenna. Then there was this lady with a long bunch of hair that looks like a big orange spider leg. Oh, that sounds like Apollo and Athena. What were they doing? They were racing through the bazaar, with the Grand Royal Guard in hot pursuit. Wait, what? Why were they being pursued? I'm not sure, but I have my suspicions. I just hope they're alright. Sorry for not mentioning it before. It just kind of slipped my mind. Now I knew it. Yup, she ordered them being arrested. Oh, so it leaves off right here? Wow, okay. That part wasn't long. That was a pretty short part there. But yeah, remember when she was whispering something to the Royal Guard, the Queen was whispering something? Yeah, that's probably what that was, is she was probably ordering Apollo, because he was Dirk's adopted son, to be arrested, along with Athena, and that's why they were being pursued. So, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this part. I'll have the next part for you guys as soon as I can. Take care, everyone.